Let me tell you something. I love Tyson Fury to death. WBC and Ring Magazine heavyweight champion. I've been covering him since he fought Derek Chisora back in 2011, the first fight. That's when I first started covering Tyson Fury. Because back then, when you were a YouTuber, you really had to want it to cover these fights. I'm talking about it was very difficult to find these streams. Remember, there was no TikTok, there was no Instagram, none of that shit. Twitter boxing, you had the Ray Pop and all that shit. It was a jungle. But if you haven't heard, and right now it's on June the 15th, 2022, you have Alexander Usyk, WBA, IBF, and WBO heavyweight champion of the world, former undisputed at cruiserweight, winner of the World Boxing Super Series. He's going to be taking on former unified champion, two-time champion Anthony Joshua on August the 13th or August the 20th in the Middle East, Saudi Arabia. Now, if you haven't heard also, Anthony Joshua has signed a long-term multi-fight, including equity and, stake in the DAZN overall. He has signed a long-term deal with the DAZN. That is not just the DAZN here in the States, but the DAZN over in the UK as well, meaning he has left his longtime broadcaster, the biggest sports platform, from my understanding, in the UK and other territories, Sky Sports, where he was on pay-per-view, so the money must be long. Now, my opinion, Usyk is going to beat Joshua again in a rematch. If you don't know, Joshua is now being trained by famed future Hall of Fame trainer, brother of Mikey Garcia, Robert Garcia, trained many great fighters, Marcos Maidana, Marcos Maidana, just to name one, because it's early right now and my brain and my memory is kind of shit. But listen to what Tyson Fury said here on Talk Sport earlier today. That was a article released by Mr. Michael Benson, the boxing computer AI himself. But listen in, take a time out, like the video, subscribe. I'm T Street Controversy with Fight View 360. Like, he can be so cringe sometimes, bro. Like, my God.
Tyson, be honest with me. You're coming back, and you're coming back for Joshua, aren't you?
Right, I'm going to tell you the truth. I was on Good Morning Britain this morning, and I told them the truth. I am retired 100% from professional boxing. I made that very clear on the last show I did with you guys at Wembley afterwards, and I'm still adamant. I am 100% retired from pro boxing. I don't know why everyone keeps saying I'm coming back.
Because you're such a big draw, Tyson, and the division doesn't have the personality that you have.
That's all well and good, but I am officially retired from professional boxing. I will be doing some exhibition pantomime stuff, not real.
Well, Tyson, let me take you back to your sentiments about 6 months ago when you talked about having 5 more fights, and you talked about giving Derek a payday at the end of his career. You talked about cleaning up Joshua. You talked about cleaning Usyk's clock as well. And what's changed?
Everything's changed. I retired after my last fight.
Yeah, but what's changed from that sentiment? I spoke to your dad before the fight, who was pretty much in the camp that he thinks you're going to come back. But what's changed in your mind between the conversation last October to fighting White, which you made light work of, to where you are now?
Listen, I told you all before the last fight. This will be my last fight. And that is my last fight. That's my last professional fight. I've retired on top of the world, undefeated, 2-time heavyweight champion of the world, who's won every single belt. I'm not interested in coming back out of retirement. I only just retired 8 weeks ago, 7 weeks ago, how long it's been. I've not got that itchy feet straight away. If it was 5 years down the line, then we could maybe talk about it.
Tyson, is there nothing that can bring you out of retirement?
A couple of exhibitions. Sorry,
is there nothing that can bring you out of retirement? Because you're right. You've achieved everything possible in the sport.
Nope.
But everybody would love you to sort of go out on the absolute very, very top by beating Joshua. Well, I would for sure.
Even that 200 milli report from the Sun today, that didn't even tempt me. I thought that would be like half of what I would want to come out of retirement. I probably want half a billy to come out of retirement.
You're getting a bit bloody carried away with yourself now. But
no, I'm not. I'm telling you the truth.
But you speak, Tyson.
Half a billy.
You see what I'm saying? It's as you were saying in the UK, it's bollocks. He just, he doesn't make sense. Now, me personally, I don't believe that he's going to be retired. Even his own father and promoter says basically he be talking shit. He'll say he's retired today and then, want to come back tomorrow. And yes, he's made a lot of money. But at the end of the day, like really, you know, and I love Tyson Fury for those who've been following the channel. I love him, you know, as a boxer. I'm sorry. You know, I understand it's Pride Month and everything, not like that. But for crying out loud, I love him, you know, as a boxer. You know, but Deontay Wilder, Otto Wallin, and Tom Schwartz ain't it. You know, to solidify his legacy, you know, yeah, you can say he beat Klitschko and he made, you know, him look, you know, like old and nasty. And, you know, he made it way easier in an uglier fight than Anthony Joshua did. But, bro, like, if it's not one of these two to retire, then he's always, in my opinion, is going to have that question mark. And he already said on the Joe Rogan podcast about how he had so much issues with Steve Cunningham, you know, a cruiserweight, and how, you know, like, you know, fighting a smaller fighter, you know, presents some issues for him. And I think Usyk would present some issues. And do I think that Usyk would beat Tyson Fury? I am not going to say that at all. But one thing for sure is it's a fight that I want to see and the fans want to see. And I think the money will be there. Now, $500 million, nah, that ain't going to do it. You know, but we'll see, man, because, you know, supposedly he did an interview with Frank Warren. I only watched a little bit of it yesterday. There's a part of this interview right here. Where's it at? You know, and basically, you know, hinting at something big like that he's going to be coming back. Let's see if we can get a little clip.
It sounds like we may well see you in a ring in some way, shape or form again at some point in the future. Is that where we are?
100% like the Jerry Maguire movie said, Frank, show me the money! Show me the...
Now, this was just yesterday, and this Talk Sport interview was today. Like, bro, like 24 hours apart.
money, Frank!
Mind you, don't slip with that razor.
Look, you know what, though, guys? If anybody can show me the money, I put a moniker on Frank Warren years ago and I called him Magic Man. Because if he can bring someone back from the absolute dead like he did with me, he must have magic. So he's nicknamed the Magic Man. So the Magic Man is going to show us the money and we're going to make something big, big, big happen.
It sounds like we may well see you in a ring.
All right, let me stop that. I'm guessing, you know, they're going to probably try to force through with this Francis Ngannou exhibition payday, but we don't really know what's going on with Ngannou. You know, he's still a UFC champion as it stands right now, and he's under contract with the UFC. So, you know, only time will tell. Take your time out, like the video, subscribe, and T Street Controversy with 5U360. Thanks for watching.